Oh, testing. Oh, okay. I'm over here talking away. So we currently have 24 online, well, 24 both in person and online. So with that, I will go ahead and have Ms. Nez provide your presentation as we wait for a quorum. Is that Laverne? Oh, that's Judy. Okay. Good morning. Sorry about that. All right. We'll have Ms. Nez go ahead and provide your presentation. Or Robert, are you able to hear me online?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm not hearing you guys.
Did you hear me?
Testing.
What's going on?
Testing.
All right, hold on.
Dillard,
Okay, can you guys hear me online?
I can hear you. Dillard.
Testing.
Hold on real quick. Something's going on. Morning.
I said, how are things between the two of you?
Stand by.
Allow me to move in next time. Okay, I'll please put that.
Okay, I think I can hear you guys now. Elroy, can you hear us?
Testing.
Yep, I got you. Thank you very much.
Testing. Can you hear me now?
Thank you. Yeah.
Testing, you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. Thank you very much. Test. Okay. All right, Ms. Nez, could you go ahead and provide your presentation while we wait for quorum? We're still waiting on one more. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess we'll go ahead and start. All right, so we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 11:32 a.m. Okay, do I have a volunteer to provide invocation? Shada? Amen. All right, thank you very much for that, Shada. Move on over to the Pledge of Allegiance. Can I have Mr. Commander Billy Goodman lead us into that? All right, thank you for that, Commander Goodman. Okay, with that, we'll go on to the approval of the agenda. Madam Vice President, could you go ahead and read the agenda into the record?
Number 1, preliminaries. meeting call to order, invocation, pledge of allegiance, approval of agenda, approval of last meeting minutes. Number 2, reports, chapter and committee reports, chapter president, vice president, secretary and treasurer, chapter manager, senior citizen center, Head Start, community health representative, veterans, CLUPSI, Coconino County representative, and other designated representative. 2, presentation. Council delegate, legislative district assistant, grazing representative, Coconino County College Bound Initiative. 3, ARPA project update. Proposed date of completed October 2025 warehouse electrical renovation. Old business. For new business, TBK 2025-251-001, accepting and approving the August 2025 budget report. Number 2, TBK 2025-251-002, accepting and approval monthly cash receipt deposit for August 2025 in the amount of $1,012 as budgeted. 3, TBK 2025-251-003, reserved for chapter administration. 4, TBK 2025-251-004, reserved for chapter administration. 5, TBK 2025-251-005, accepting and supporting for student financial assistance to the eligible applicant in the amount requested. 6, TBK 2025-251-006, approving and supporting for housing discretionary assistance to the eligible applicant in the amount of $450 to their selected vendors. 7, TBK 2025-251-007, supporting and recognizing Navajo Nation as the Purple Heart community, which reflect the sincere respect we have for all of our distinguished veterans. Number 8, TBK 2025-251-008, approving and supporting planning meeting and regular chapter meetings scheduled for the remainder of the 2025 fiscal year, to have planning meeting on the first Monday of the month and regular chapter meeting on the second Mondays of the month or otherwise determined. Number 9, TBK 2025-251-009, approving and supporting assistance to the veteran for a hardship of $398 assistance as determined eligible based on the Ts'ah Bii Veteran Organization policy. 10, TBK 2025-251-0010, urging the Navajo Nation Council, the President of the Navajo Nation, and the Office of the Controller to ensure that appropriate funds are timely allocated to the chapter, including the comprehensive budget for fiscal year 2026 to avoid interruption of essential community service. 11, TBK 2025-251-0011 to be determined. 12, TBK 2025-251-0012 to be determined. 5, announcement. 6, upcoming scheduled meetings. 7, adjournment.
Thank you, Madam Vice President, for reading the agenda into the record. With that, do I have a motion? Billy? Second. Thomas? Okay, with that, comments, questions, changes, updates to the agenda. Billy? Okay. And I'm requesting one addition. Okay. For two veterans. Is amending 16.
Item 69, item 16, for budget. Moving $4,900 to the category of gifts and awards. Right now, it's budgeted all for food.
Okay, so that was to move items up from 5 all the way to 3. And then to add a budget transfer of 4,500 to gifts and awards.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, 4,900 for gifts and awards. Okay. Thomas? Okay, hold on. No. You had to add?
reality. I was just needing basically a change of schedules. Like there's the Mickey's meeting at 10. The equipment in 16, so I'm gonna move that to that Thursday. The weapon agency, but we already had that last Thursday because of the new year. We're trying to get all our forms. Yeah, but Mickey's meeting Thursday.
Okay, and move the permittees meeting on number 6. Letter 5, or I'm sorry, number 5, to Thursday, September 11th, 10 a.m. here at PBK. And then number 5, announcements. St. Mary's food distribution. That is September 29th. Not July. Sorry about that. Okay. Anything else? Comment? Concur? Okay. With that, we have a motion, we have a second, both concur on the changes and the additions. So with that, we'll move on to call for the question. All those in favor, raise your hand. Madam Vice President, can you count the vote? $22. So let me see if I can increase the volume on this. You can hear me. All right, can you guys hear me now out there? A little bit better?
I vote yes.
Thank you, Priscilla. 26, that was 22, 23, 24, and 25. 25 in favor, oppose, abstain. Three. Okay. All right, moving on down to approval of the last meeting minutes for August 11th, 2025. I will go ahead and provide the highlights to that. Let me see. Helroy, can you hear me? Is it pretty good now or no?
Actually, it was my own fault. I had put it on mute myself. It's all right.
Okay, then we'll continue on.
Sorry, sorry.
Nope, you're fine. Thank you. Approval of the last meeting minutes for August 11, 2025, 10 a.m. Meeting was called to order at 11:03. Invocation was done by Marine, and then we have Pledge of allegiance was done with Priscilla Benali. We have approval of the agenda was motion by Thomas, second by Laverne. Vote is 27 in favor, 0 opposed, 4 abstain. Approval of the last meeting minutes for July 14th, 2025. Motion by Johanna TC, second by Emerson Tate. Vote is 26 approved, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. The committee reports were provided. I provided a report on the updates on the warehouse, the working on the cemetery portions, and applied for grants, and also will be attending the Winter Rock meeting on Navajo 16. And then also VP provided the updates on the NOST and working to support the chapter, also as well as the Secretary Treasurer as well. And then no update from the chapter manager, senior center, no update. We have vacant for Head Start. Community Health, CHR is vacant as well. And then for the veterans, as the vice commander, I provided an update basically stating that there's food boxes still available for the veterans, and then also to see Billy Goodman to pick up those boxes. We are currently working on getting coupons for our veterans so that they have the ability to get groceries. And then we're moving on to CLUPC. No one provided a report. Judy provided a oral report. And then presentation, council delegate was not here. But the legislative representative, Robert Black, was able to provide a report on behalf of the work of Mr. Herman Daniels. Grazing official was provided their report basically stating that the tally counts and that the next meeting would be held at the community church across the street, and that they're working on meeting with the Russian Olives Invasive Plant Initiative. And then moving on to the warehouse, Rick Pierce provided an update stating that they're working to complete the project and that they're should be able to be done by the end of the year. They're currently working with NTUA to resolve some issues. But other than that, they should be able to hopefully meet the September deadline. Moving on to new business, TBK 2025-223-001, which is accepting and approving the July 2025 budget report. Motion by Johanna TC, second by Jerry Begay. Approval is 28, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Number 2 is accepting and approving the monthly cash receipt deposits in the amount of $1,413.82. Motion by Jerry, second by Gina. Blake, and vote is 24 approves, 0 opposed, and 11 abstain. Number 3 was reaffirming the chapters in infrastructure and capital improvement priority listing, and as well as the strategic plan. Motion was by Ronaldo, second by Johanna. Our vote is approved 30, opposed 0, and 5 abstain. Number 4 was a budget transfer regarding the ARPA funds. Motion by Patty, second by Emerson. 27 approved, 0 opposed, and 9 abstain. Number 5 was approving and supporting the budget transfer. Again, this part of the ARPA funds. Motion by Emerson Tate, second by Patty. Vote is 24 approved, 0 opposed, and 12 abstain. Number 6, we have the budget transfer again regarding the ARPA portion. Emerson Tate motion, second by Patty. Vote is 29 in favor, 0 opposed, 7 abstain. Re-amending the resolution. Number 7 is re-amending the resolution 2024-225-013, which is the approve and update the Ts'ah Bii Community Land Use Planning Membership, sponsored by the Club C. Motion by Mary Alice, second by Sylvia. Vote is 30 approved, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Number 8 is approving the Community Land Use Planning Committee to change the regular meeting date from last Friday to the last Thursday of each month. Motion by Mary Alice, second by Patty. Vote is 33 approved, 0 opposed, and 4 abstain. Number 9 is supporting and requesting the nomination Department of Agricultural, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the nomination rangers to authorize and allow the Ts'ah Bii chapter to conduct roundups and sell feral livestock on behalf of the grazing permittees and or the chapter to reduce feral livestock numbers within the District 2 grazing boundaries, including canyon area, for the purposes of improving vegetation, water availability, and permittee support. Motion by Emerson, second by Gina. Vote is 31 approves, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Number 10, which is the reaffirming resolution of TPK 2024-225-010, which is supporting the nomination Department of Transportation, INDOT, or the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Transportation Department to re-chip seal the Navajo Route 16 south from Crossroads to Junction to the District 2 fencing cattle guard line. Sponsored by Club C. Motions by Mary Alice, a second by Patty. Vote is 34 approved, 0 opposed, and 3 abstain. Number 11 is approving and supporting the assistance for the hardship of $398 assistance to the eligible veteran. Vote is motion by Paul, second by Gina. Vote is 32 approved, 0 opposed, and 5 abstain. Number 12 is accepting and approving the student financial assistance applications. Motions by Emerson, second by Laverne, 36 approved, 0 opposed, 1 abstain. Number 13, which is budget transfer for the tax from taking money from tax penalties and putting into the bank services charges. That one was motion by Emerson, second by Gina. 28 approved, 0 opposed, and 9 abstain. Number 14 is approving and supporting the land withdrawal designation for the Ts'ah Bii Community Cemetery of 10 acres. That was and to recognize the land withdrawal as part of the broader community development efforts, including purposes such as housing, education, economic development, healthcare facilities, public and governmental use, with the exclusion of industrial development. Motion by Geraldine Chi, second by Lamar Thompson. Vote is 28 approved, 0 opposed, and 9 abstain. A motion to suspend floor rules to add resolution number 15, demanding the nomination Department of Transportation, INDOT, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA Transportation Department, to restripe roadway lines and install speed reducing mechanisms on the Navajo Route 16 for public safety. That was motion by Gina, second by Geraldine. Vote is 31 approved, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. So then number 15, which was demanding the Navajo Nation Department of Transportation and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Transportation Department to repaint roadways and to install speed and reducing mechanisms on Route 16 for public safety. Motion by Sylvia, second by Gina. Vote is 32 approved, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. And number 16, nothing was done. We had the announcements, and then we had upcoming scheduled meetings. We adjourned at 1:28 p.m. Motion by Geraldine, second by Gina. Vote is 30 approved, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Signed by myself at 8/12/2025. Okay, that is the meeting minutes for the last meeting. Now that they have been read to you, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion. Patty and Laverne. Comments, questions regarding the meeting minutes? Okay, none. We'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. And Madam Vice President, could you take the vote? If you guys could raise it up high, Shauna, please, thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
I wanted to check with you.
I voted yes.
26. Okay, 26. Okay, 26. Oppose. Abstain. 3. Okay, moving on to the committee reports, chapter and reports. We'll go ahead and do with chapter president. So as your chapter president, again, I've been working on trying to get the Navajo Route 16 established this week, Wednesday. This week, Wednesday, we have a meeting here at the Ts'ah Bii chapter. We're going to be serving lunch. We're going to be talking with the INDOT representatives to go over the Route 16 South initiative. where we're gonna we're trying to pave now from the crossroads all the way to the tunnel. So right now, we'll be working on that. We're also working on getting the warehouse done. They currently have the office and they got the plumbing and everything else and the installation already done. So we're assisting them to help push some of the initiatives for NTOA to connect the electricity and then also the water. We're also working on getting what is it? The food handlers training here at Ts'ah Bii. Hopefully we'll have that within the next couple of months, the next couple of weeks, I'm sorry. We're also working on getting the transfer station portion done. We throughout the entire past 4 months, we have been working with a company here who has been providing us some drawings, conceptual drawings. And so right now we're working on gathering the numbers to see how much it's going to cost. So we have currently right now the recreational building, which you guys all saw a while back. We have the senior center. We're still working on getting the funding. When Mr. President Boone Nygren, he showed up about a month ago here on the 15th, 18th, correction, on the 18th, he showed up here and he challenged us in saying that he'll go ahead and get the $4.2 million that were allocated for the senior center sent to the chapter so we can start the process. So we've been working on conceptual drawings for that, and then hopefully working on getting some of the quotes so we can start getting the bids going. We also did a quote for a skid steer, so that should hopefully be getting here soon. We're also working on a grant to get the cemetery redone as far as the community grant so we can put fencing, parking, and then also an area for urns, and then just try to beautify the area. We're working with NDOT and BIA to get this road restriped. So I did send the resolution to them. So they haven't provided me an update yet as to when they're going to do this, but hopefully that'll be soon. And I believe that's all I got for now.
Yeah, it's and also, should yeah, could it's also could President Yahazi August 18 and Navajo Nation View Nigron Khania, but he credo directors though. Ele not just on the session on the meeting the asli aro other el sogo Khania had aro the napi alleged does and then does the beans and cornmeal I guess they gave it out with the food distribution. It's nice that they gave it out, and I don't know when the next one is. This the 12th is the potato and the flour lah. Of course, they're gonna bring it. It'll just thank you for coming, and we really need to encourage you guys to come early so we can start the meeting. It'll just support us, and that's about it.
Okay. All right, Miss Benali, do you have a report?
Yeah, a little bit. I went to this Navajo Nation government proposal stuff. I've learned a lot from there that I think we as a community need to realize what is going on at the Navajo Nation government. So I requested for a kind of like a training for our chapter and our neighbor area that I would like that for you guys to attend. And there's a lot to learn from the Navajo Nation government, what they're doing up there. 8A, I had all less.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Grazing.
Thought I was further down the list. Ah. Round up there, yeah. 23rd to the 25th in the way south of 98 and 98 this year. South of there, all the way to the district line. I don't really Bacocha and the Cospring Canyon, they I don't know, Square Butte though. We're going to try to cover that area. At the same time, they're going to help out. Our entrapment is going to be set up. Richardson's the Barande. The MPL, the district line. We're going to use those fence. We're going to do our entrapment. Supposed to post papers up for the announcement either. I haven't done that. How many permittees in here? Only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 19th, on the 19th of the Ts'ah chapter, 10 o'clock. BRA is going to be over there to do a questionnaire. The transfer that you haven't gotten it. Those kind of stuff. Those guys are going to be out there. Make sure you bring your tally book or this year's tally counts and all. Bring a notebook and a paper. In Hadayis, Banasne, the 19th, 10 o'clock though. And he no send your alle. If you been at the dish, kiss no sunny. What I'm pretty much done with my tally counts for the year. It's a questionnaire thing, a questionnaire. You should even the dish kit for your permits and all that stuff.
Okay, thank you for that. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that one. I know grazing's after council, but hey, since we're all here, it's good. Questions, comments for officials? Okay. Senior Center, anybody here? Nope. Head Start? Community representatives? Commander Billy, could you go ahead and provide your report?
Good morning. Billy Goodman, Ts'ah Bii Veterans Organization Commander. Our vice is Dellert, and our secretary is Delphina. That's so Goodman. Report. We had an agency meeting about 3 weeks ago at Cameron, and Navajo Nation Veterans Administration Executive Director was there for our talking about the fiscal year 2025 budget. So that budget at the council, but we had a little bit of insight distribution. The veterans registered and right now they're purging names. If you're registered, if you haven't checked in within the last year, your records aren't updated. And if that's the case, months, you need to go down there, review, and update your records. Hala at the beso nat nige is per veterans us as an ebook pikeko. There's a dollar figure that's given to the chapters. So when I say given to the chapters, this chapter does not get that money. The Veterans Administration Veterans Administration, and then they're the ones that processes it, and then you get a check from the Navajo Nation. So when people are, the chapter that's incorrect, but I'm guilty of that. So the chapter does not have veterans money unless it's coming from other sources. So this fiscal year, 7,500 chapter business. So that money is here, and then it's only for a specific purpose. It's not for assistance. It's for gifts, awards, food. And food, like on Veterans Day, they will supposed to be celebrating and serving food. But we treat it differently. This chapter, we're going to have food vouchers. So the vouchers, you can had the let's either Bashes or Safeway. So it's it's a form of assistance. So just understand there's several tracks of money coming for veterans. So the ones that the major one, they call it the Veterans Trust Fund, the Veterans Administration, so on that half, I think this year we're going to have more money coming for assistance because general funds, UUFV, they keep it so, and then there's going to be that $5,000 every last 2 years. We used to use trust fund monies for those purposes. And now it frees up that money, and we can use that money for assistance. So that's how we budgeted this year. But the budget I thought they net for the chapter because I thought no need get each net. In the past, I don't want to stay on there. So this year is different. Last year was really different. Navajo Nation, they were working on continuing resolutions until into the 2025. I think February, March, according to Hazro Belasni, the according to Hazro Bezel. So this year, we're hoping it gets approved and it'll be ready for use by October 1st. The policy did not change. The old policy that we've been working with is still in use. Otto, when you update your records with the administration, and come and visit us at our monthly meeting. We do it the same day they do the planning meeting, because we like to get your information so that you'll be informed. Bani makanet to le veteran kasi I don't want those spasms so we want to set everything record straight. Don't la beso ni kana but you need to know how it's done and how you can take advantage of it and get your assistance. For this chapter, we don't have any limitations on pesos. All we do is we just let you know and we track it. The other chapters they do. So And I think last thing is I'm the agency commander now. So I'll be working for you at Window Rock as part of the Veterans Advisory Council, as well as here in the agency and the chapter. So I could have tried that. Any questions for me? We have food boxes, we have clothing. We're going to order some more clothes. We're going to order jackets this time, and a little bit, a few more items, because we have a little higher, bigger budget, and we'll be talking about that at during the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Commander. Okay. Questions for veterans? Okay, Ts'ah Bii. Nothing?
Which is solely that so just I know that she already did it. And then someone didn't for the was during the fight. And she done I think I heard the food handlers go. Now the planet operating game and now the working. And the 10 women people, we're having that combined maybe 16 or sub 16 million. Hey, we get a assignment, food assignment, so please usher, make sure that you have us a extra, yeah. Okay, that's all we, she said that change of, that's the last Thursday of the month. Office shows on fire.
Okay. Comments, questions? Oh, go ahead.
We're gonna do a switch. I think that's what they call it. The area is change whatever. And if there is there, I don't know if the other person is important.
So with that, you guys, that be on your guys' committee. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that internally, that's fine. So if Mary Alice decides to resign and she resigned from the secretary position, then that's fine. Then you just appoint, or you can hold an election within your own committee and appoint either Danielle or have her be elected into that. And then that will be done in your meeting. So. You go ahead. Thank you for that. Comments, questions for Ts'ah Bii? Okay. Coconino County Representative, Ms. Judy Gay.
Coconino County Board of Supervisor yan shlon at for Ts'ah Bii kendo natis on in January ado shabi hitzosale no wata she ya Lena Fowler na daho ado layan kitlahal na hindi 10 years to 3 years in yi lashin a coquet not us so according the nanal topic no ita a helt ego not us so co a dead ben not in lake at dances adon le city to ya adon le kishan below belat at osten at hon so go ya the nebel nashin sto the nebayashti a cohort ya nilquadishne ado a codo kaibetodo shanalenda ketrachin dan lenny Mary Long Leo benant ego jeb a co Judy Mary Grisham da home ado that Ruthie might that they're very close relatives to me so a cot ado quite nahani yahagi ya in 16 dano kodon de yoji ko ni din da baya ati county jito konde ko county not zi ye dat ego on de dis konda grading de nigi what I am in Nadal from Coconino County Coconino County yan also spell radit ahigi digi belnavo in da ROBIA do what try agreement go ben nation la ako ya dig at anida bahasi gi bi gonne communities easy jo ya na kidneza dino wa an trattin sa tango akon zago ya grading ba hoti na ha hoti ako beso la bia ein ha ne ako ado county dot la ajo beso sanel ako ajo county ya $250,000 a year na hasht et na yin need for road maintenance do ado le projects so Navajo Nation yil adel do hat no ako kwa Asian to Queenach wat aya nakhe ado aja iyado ya shladneza din de milia honda yan khada do lil khala ni hero chon ingo ado le sales tax de do chon dahil yende kellano da de kha ado konto akodo do den da ilni dan le natis ade dan le kieta de da alsko de den ha da yaden linigi wat ajo de papa heta hede nis petishno ako de 500,000 de do sita bedini ako adishji de alla de million side op laho hot ak asenel akon de ani do unda IGA nal sos be radit IGA na hab belana asli ako hot ya delnischen le ako di chiniage bus routes de linigi yisi kondi ki baka hot tinin da anish ado da la da ni lende shanga je sha do zilda no le ja do yo ya da da gai sha hot in hilbe hazendo ado da tinigi ko ayal linigi be jukyo shabi ga le do ko le store do ya go lo sha ishin le jin sakadle ja yidich 1 mile jidad ado I watch it ye go da station da le alt set temporary go al yago ko edo bus route buses and they get stuck in there so anyway eben yeah halit all set jo edo ben alba yashtio ga da di nach ko det ye but the holni gi tini gi jo biel be the holni Navajo Nation ado BIA route go do BIA be the holni ako ni county do edo ka ni jato ba ya del ti do nal so stop be a del na ko del na ko eben benina anant an halend hot and ka ni janla aron da ya Lahe kwa chapter president nkisnahalne na zo chon da je do hade shinnen da ka hombeln da je ko e do traffic gi salaun leni page do e do da in Navajo Nation da e kump yego a hana haldo e beln da jato jo hot e ya ben da shil nishil do ko a konde la den ne ya sa da hasli a shit as la o yo hon da beln da je da no da leden hijit na hon ne jo ton a da ne ke da hat enigi jo e ba hala safety hat enigi la ho masan a che da asahan da has alchani ya da jo ho da e higi da e bits e protection hat enigi jo e na continue at the hot extra adon da flea market to o kwa to kwadon kek ben kilhon ne o kwa do hit da ni hat ne gi e shi this Nikes count da shine la hit le ne o ko e RJA N16 project road AD ba sa alle o ko e di shin hit e ban da do in la anda shin hot a ko ni hishin ben he hol ni jo chapter officials do in da hishin ko in da gi da bebenat so sind die jagi da jo e da ko da khasas li on jondo in so ban ses case ado le hata shi e ya tax dan hit junk food tax they no e beso nas na ligig an lego shisha chapters obelta deshnish ya Parks and Recreation Department under Coconino County, they can help develop plans with you. Ado hit all adult nisto they can come out to two chapters we can dalnishkat ko eight a beso all the chapters naznil in the trail the ba dalna adon the basketball goals the shingchinias the ball ne ho biga e peso git o yid unas ne no bahan na halet no jo e bot e belta del nishinla a question on hiben hit the whole nito so Angie Cody is the contact person and you can go ahead and email her or text her regarding that to see if Parks and Recreation can come out here, to help the community in that way. Ado Tonanes Dizigito Service Center, Tuba City Service Center, Dabadi no e de Lanhandot al Nzade the na birth certificate do marriage license, Coconino County, Danyen da Kato other services. Quatonianis Dizigit County Island, de McDonald's, but Netchuk Archico, a quahaz a tribal service center la di nila di no ya lenigi ebe la azli la asni do ko la ani da na de ni ke do ascha on ande ascha do na di nel do ni ko ade ya had la beso nanas nel de shno nanasta ha shin olla nas neligi ade hata nil ebi ha la shden en la den zade en da kha yu ba yu dan zado chirbeto yo da elni do atsko get ayani da jo da ego do yo da illa do la Llahod od in das an bit shno da hot ya ba yashtki in le ko hashi adot eilen shi a health department da they're going to be doing some services there. Just it's going to be an office for District 4 and District 5 supervisor. Jo Lena Home Mountain Nana Koje ya Shadeja Lena Fowler in Le Predonia the odd banana stilto. Of course, the furthest away from the county, Ebony I was a bequa. Ado less and dot asa tadi no ban dahita. Ado Nana Purple Heart Community. Hat ninigi ito pasapesta days chapters. Lupiki, I yet go we pushed that through for, with, along with the others that were planning. According veterans, tita batilia, hapatahas kaligita, bachata, amputate adalia, a Purple Heart, the recipient, deshnia, a digi ben natchet, a dibben natch, baado leb, yadin liniki, hajo baaliago, resolution, big dots, a start. A John Davidson, a Aden Nen Lingo, best ye go ado lebena nishigi yene lindo ado le what ado nilon yena nata. I have 6 chapters. Bird Spring, La Tolani Lake, the Loop, the Coal Mine, the Tonalia, now Inscription House, and Navajo Mountain. Eda at what the dog nation so what aban says kids, Hala Yal Adet Bebaka na award adet the families da adon the school jita ado balchin da abo behans anigita what abe alle bebaka na award. Ako what ben Benton Dale Nishik John Davidson ako what Kishana de a veterans office ge ako nal nishin le ako adon da think I covered most of it. Adon da ado kodosha ha odzi this dan ilsko it can't nature hashing the ado le laton nil Harlan latte yal and his on the house Kalsalin Lake County Jogotza Health Department based on needs not hot nil ado legal chin at alta ado county jidol ado le part departments that yal not the house Kalokon here ya to the county supervisor that need clinici or your yard and clinici ni Yahana halo any test ebenina a quarterly meeting goshun on han de kato, but we can always come on, like in person quarterly meetings. So that's a yato what we're serving all those 7 chapters and just the funding issue ko the needs not the house cut across the board ko Nlache the nen dal nishi laho that's to benan nishi bits not no dal nen de da no handy the nen dal nishto adol leki be ihlitahanel ko eben na handin dal nishin he ko an hitchedel the beto da in the he kan the shimbiga dik an hini chiten hilkata da jehel to ko what in his an the cho what end ha hotzitlo shi hot the nepayel tito panetado in the baka deal what cho what she what on says case shamash jed shinalitas to samasanda hotane ha the le what the nepayel tio hajo I kepesnaz dio ado sado ba adza ba yachil tita hajo halat the bit of the nep dan lido belash like dan le Kohat ya Nahanian Lekonde Atlagoshi Yan Hilanon has Angoyat Egon the has Ado Adon Halchindo the Also Tingo de no cut arts Alspo. I give you guys all the blessings and I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity, and we're still trying to get a quarterly schedule established so that we can go ahead and meet in person instead of every single month. Although the chapter planning, those chapter meetings are conflict of law. Of course, we can't be, and there's just Angie and I covering this whole area. Of course, what although here and he didn't need though that's a night of kita. Or should be said about Yale kidoi which so thank you. Ado dik daily Kishan the ado le basa le konshana the discount a board meeting bond 9 o'clock in the morning all the way till 6 in the evening. So Ito yo not source notebooks taught that what they did every week. So all weekend, we're at chapter meetings, we're at planning meetings, we're reviewing and getting ready for our next every board meeting that we're going to. And I'm just right in the middle of that right now. So thank you so much. Adoshin hinata hadil na ako edo nido.
Oh, yeah, thank you for the report. Okay, no questions. We'll move on to Council Delegate Herman Daniels. Okay, we'll go to the LDA, Robert Black.
Good morning, Ts'ah. Thank you for the opportunity to provide Mr. Delegate Daniels' report. Do yate, Council Delegate, Suzette, Secretary Treasurer, not I don't know. It's good to see my mom again, Supervisor Bouquet. Although I didn't know, I think voters and members in the audience there. Good morning to all. I'll probably make my presentation pretty short. Other than that, Delegate Daniels, in today's session, he's taking care of his family, mainly his wife. He's been his times and spent with his wife more and more lately, and he just asks us for your understanding for not being there today. So, that means that the Law and Order Committee meeting today he will be attending. The nomination comprehensive budget was approved on September 4. It was headed over to the other side of the street, the office of the president or vice president, and it went through a lot of amendments, and it's kind of too much to remember everything. So I've asked for a summary of the all the legislations. I mean, the budget amendments that were done and what was finally approved from the Office of Legislative Services. So hopefully, we have Mr. Johnson, our interim director, provide that so that I can disperse out to the chapter, the 4 chapters that Delegate represents. Navajo Hopi Land Commission has scheduled a meeting at Padre Mesa Demonstration Ranch. They sent in Chambers. This is the Navajo beef site. They will get updates, status reports, and presentation. The food company that they work with, Labatt Food, will have Kimberly Yalzi there to present the company and provide the reports. So I guess if why I have this on there because I think there's a good possibility, or it's looking to where the Office of Navajo Hopi relocation, possibility is going to be done away with or not going to continue. So there were the ones. The O'Neill was the one that was overseeing the operations at Chambers, so the Navajo Beach site, Padres Mesa, so. And then this affects some of the ranchers that we have on the nation because they have a relationship with that area or the Padres Mesa operation. So we also also for the veterans, they have legislation 0168-25. GE is got and it also asks us for the chapter support. I think this is just to codify some sections of the operations that are out there that pertain to their veterans, Navajo Nation's veterans, and just like the agency veterans organization to be codified, and then also to be codified or kind of considered as the chapter's veterans organization. So that way, I guess they're going to be in the law. So I think those are still continuing. out on the legislation 0197-25, which relates to the opposition by Navajo Nation to the states that are looking at decriminalization of the peyote. So out on that, this is to affirm the Navajo Nation's sovereign right to protect sacred ceremonial practices. They're asking the feds to partner up so that they ensure the preservation so that it's only used for religious purposes on the nation. So I don't know how to explain it, but the best way I guess I can relate to is like cannabis, how to decriminalize cannabis, and then you could go into places like in Flagstaff or Phoenix, and then you can buy that stuff in there. So, and I think I'm not saying that it's going to be, but it sounds like there's something that might be taking place if they decriminalize the peyote by the state. So in say we're urgent to have it stay in place where it's only being used by our NEC members. Congratulations to my brother, Cecilia, really good man for being the commander. I think he's a good guy to be in that position. Very thorough and very educational. Very in terms of us relaying his whatever he's talking about to us in a way that we all understand it. So you'll my younger brother who advocates for the veterans in our area. So it's not understanding as well as Navajo Nation. So right now we just got done with the fair, so everybody's barely going back to work and barely getting back into the groove after 1 week of being involved in the Navajo Nation fair activities. So either there for other chapters, when Delegate Daniels is dropping the emergency legislation. We're meeting with NTUA's headquarters on Wednesday or the 11th Thursdays, for getting the information all prepared so that we can address the lack of water in the Chita area, because they all contour from Ojeto and Kayenta. So hopefully if we can identify or get some funding identified so that they can do water line extension or maybe other options that they have. The big option is the construction of a new water treatment facility, but that's gonna take a lot of money. But I think nevertheless that would be the best one to go. But the next two options are just getting the water line extended from Cane Valley or from Douglas Smith area up to Mexican Hat area. So with Navajo Mountain, they primarily trying to get the legislation to spend the ARPA dollars. So either it was in Legislative Council. So they're the chapter. I mean, they're the only chapter within the North chapter that haven't got the money approved to be spent for using the ARPA dollars. So Tonto and Duffy Kidney, they already been spending it, and Ojeto is in the process of getting things obtained through using the funds too. I don't know enough for Shanto. My number one question that has been asked of me wherever I go: when is the hotel opening up? So, but for now, my only answer is that I guess it all depends on how long it takes for Shanto and the company that's going to be operating the hotel, Canyonlands, come to a consensus on how much money they're going to be, how much it's going to be for the business site lease fee. So $88 down, it's being ironed out, and hopefully it's done soon. But to some extent, Shanto chapter is kind of getting frustrated with Canyonlands because it appears to be them that are dragging this out. But I'm not for certain to say that, but I mean, it just seems to be that way. So. We know that the negotiations that are being conducted are pretty much confidential, so not all the details are given to us. So, our the Shanto chapter manager is the only one that's allowed to negotiate it on our behalf in Shanto. So, with the assistance of DOJ and then I'll just share the attorney, Michael Carnell. So it's totally slowly, but hopefully it opens up soon. So. They opa shadow the store aro he had shida chapter officials and everybody in attendance there for listening to me for Delegate Daniel's report. Chair.
Thank you for that. Okay. Questions for the LDA? Okay. Grazing, we already went over. Thank you for that, Ts'ah. And then moving on to the Coconino County College Bond Initiative. Ophelia Nez. You have the floor.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I didn't know if you want my video on or just leave it off and just do the audio.
If you can, go ahead and put the video on. Everybody can see you.
All right. Okay. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm coming to you by Zoom from Flagstaff, Arizona. Shaya Fifolia Nazgina Shia Aro Trabahanishnet Lizatlana Bashes Chain Arana Kaidana Dashinalda Ida Dashiche. I originally grew up in Big Mountain, but of course we live here in Flagstaff now. And I'm working with Coconino Community College on their bond initiative. So this year they put it's going to be the only thing that's going to be on the ballot in November of this year. And so I've been tasked with going out into the tribal communities, the tribal areas of Coconino County. So I think 12 or 13 chapters on the Navajo Nation, Moenkopi, San Juan Southern Paiute, Wallapai, Havasupai, and the Kaibab Band of Paiutes. And so that is what I'm doing. So Coconino Community College they've been in operation since 1991. For the bond, it is a $100 million capital construction bond, and it will be on the November 4th ballot. This is the first capital bond request by the college in 25 years. The bond will support projects in Flagstaff, Page, and Williams. And it's all aimed at expanding access, updating facilities, and meeting critical workforce needs. And so that said, they're planning for the Page campus. It will be to build new housing, a residential area for students so they can stay on campus and attend school, adding more programs there. For the forestry campus and Flagstaff, it would be a full tear down and build a whole new facility. And then another building over at their Lone Tree campus. And then at Williams, it will be building CTE labs at Williams High School. And so really it's just to expand, just to get new programs going. And so some of these new programs that they want to add is going to be surgical technology, radiologic technology, respiratory therapy, and then the construction trades, construction management, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, manufacturing, and then EMS, EMT, and fire science. And then at the forestry campus, it will still include the east side Flagstaff Library, and then potentially a new home for the Boys and Girls Club of Northern Arizona. So those are all items that they're looking into expanding on their campuses. And the election, or the last date to register to vote this November would be October 6th. So Coconino County voters, make sure to tell the rest of your family members and your friends to get registered by October 6th. And then again, November 4th is the election date. And then a $100 million bond, who's going to pay it back? It will be homeowners, property owners of Coconino County. So Flagstaff residents or Flagstaff homeowners would be about $6 to $7 per month. Page and Williams, their property owners would be about $2 to $3 per month, paying it back. And so that's the information that I wanted to share with you all. And I was there last Wednesday. I dropped off flyers to put on the community bulletin boards. And then also these little, they're little palm cards that I left at the chapter house too. So they should be there. You can take one and read over it. And they also have a website. It's at coconino.edu. You can go there too, and that's indicated on the palm card. But thank you again so much, and we pray that you'll register and vote. We have a lot of students, Navajo students, who attend the Page and Flagstaff campuses, and so thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Comments, questions? Okay. Thank you for that. So we'll go ahead and move on. With that, we'll go to the warehouse, Stanford Lake or Rick Pierce. I don't think they're with us today, but they are still currently working on getting the electrification to, I think, a few more houses. Right now, we have pushed a lot of the home site leasing requirements that need to be done. Thank the Joan Gray for helping us push that initiative, who is the Western Agency representative for the Office of the Office of the President and Vice President. She's assisted us with that. Also, they're working on getting the warehouse completed. Hopefully soon we'll be able to have the who? Him? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry. And then they'll be working on possibly around October would be the completion. So we're looking probably November. We'll probably have a Thanksgiving dinner in there. So and a nice, warm, toasty, wide open warehouse. Hopefully we'll have that. Okay. Any other questions, comments regarding any of the warehouse projects? Nothing? Okay, moving on to action items. New business, TBK 2025-251-001, which is accepting and approving the monthly budget report for August. So let me go ahead and present that here. Come on. All right, with the general fund, we have 7,500. Yeah, I can't see. $7,539.21. With the personnel, we have $97,916.65. The trust funds and land claims, we currently have $15,126.91. The summer youth employment, we have $2,800.54. The housing discretionary funds, we have $13,405.05. The local governance grant is $16,656.79. The chapter official stipend is $26,363.27. The scholarship general fund, we currently have $13,276. The scholarship claim fund, which is $0, we've expended that. Thank you guys for continuing on getting those spent. Public employment project, we are currently right now at $23,248.41. Veterans, we are at $8,702.78. Emergency, we are at $13,695.07. Veteran chapter maintenance operations, $14,450.53. Nomination sales tax, $34,726.92. And then we have the capital improvement is $15,653. Agricultural fund, we are at $0. Unhealthy food tax, we're at not $39,127.70. And the chapter ARPA fund, we are currently, I guess, negative $892.48. That is a typo. I gotta take a look at that. But we do have our third distribution, hopefully that should be coming here in the next couple of weeks. And that should alleviate the negative portion on that. So, but other than that, that's the budget report there. Motion, do I have a motion? Billy? Do I have a second? Laverne? Comments, questions for the budget reconciliation there? Okay. None. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Hmm. 23, okay. All right, 23, 24, thank you, Halroy. Okay, 24, oppose. Abstain. 35, so 5, 9. Okay, TPK 2025-251-001 passes with 24 in favor, 0 opposed, 9 abstain. Moving on to number 2. Read the resolution.
TBK 2025-251-002, accepting and approving monthly cash receipt deposit for August 2025 in the amount of $1,012 as budgeted.
Okay, we have a motion. Jamie? Second. Diane. I'm still trying to remember. Okay, sorry, Diane. Okay. All right. Slow talker. I'm slow this morning. All right. Oh, this hey. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Comments, questions regarding the cash receipt deposits? Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. I'm showing the hey. Twenty-one, 20, 26, 27, 28. Okay, 28 in favor, oppose. Abstain. 7. I have to count my fingers here. All right, number 3. Let me go ahead and get the updated one here. Go ahead, just read that up there.
TBK 2025-251-003, accepting and supporting for student financial assistance to the eligible applicant in the amounts requested.
All right, number 3. We have a total of total of 3 individuals who are going to be accepting the application or the scholarship portion. Do we have any of you guys here today?
I'm online.
You're online, Cody? Thank you.
Yes.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, well. Okay, I guess Cody, go ahead and if you can introduce yourself and then just provide a quick brief on what you're planning on pursuing so the community members here know.
Okay. Yat ish kedo shidene Cody Sinjinshe. People Tony Nishne. Tachini Bashishi Ado Tabahadashe do Tabahadashanele. Besh Haged de Nasha Ado Shema A Stella Sinijini Waye. Do Shaje Arno Sinijini Waye. Dagaiti Kaste. Shema Sana A Esther Mini Mills Waye. Do Shache Clarence Mini Mills Waye. Chanela Assad, Nancy Sinigini Waya, though Chanela has teen a Larry Sinigini Waya. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cody Sinigini, and I am currently a freshman at the University of Arizona, and I am studying chemistry for my bachelor's in science. And my goals is to pursue medicine. So I want to become a doctor and I'm applying for this scholarship just for the financial need of doing that. So like with books and also my tuition. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Diane, could you go ahead and provide thank you very much, Cody. Could you provide a quick background on what your applicant is going to go for?
So, it's Gallagher's Farm. And here's what I. Oh, he's going for, get out there, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, anybody else? Frank? Here, no? Okay. All right, now that we have that established there, we'll go ahead and go back to this portion here. Oh, okay. Could you guys provide a quick background on what? Ernest, what's for? Or going to school for? His son, right? Never mind. That's sort of different.
Yeah, this was housing. There should be three applicants.
No, I didn't.
all our conversation. How fun it is here.
Dillard, I voted yes on the scholarship.
Okay. Dennis, are you online? All right, we'll go ahead and call for the motion. Motioning. Diane, we'll wait for you because you're applicant on. So Jamie and Patty. Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. Dennis, you here? No? Yes, no? All right. With that, we'll go ahead and continue on. All those in favor, raise your hand up high for the approval of the scholarship applicants.
So 17, 20, 26.
26, 27, 28. Okay, we have a total of 28 in favor. Opposed? Abstain, 7. Okay, congratulations to you guys for that. So moving on to number 4.
TBK 2025-251-004 is according for housing discretionary assistance to the applicant. Amount of 452 for the
Okay. Thank you. So currently right now we have 2 housing application requests. So those are there for that. We have a motion. Patty? Second. Laverne. Okay, questions? Okay, none, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Hi, Priscilla Benali.
Thank you. 19, 20. Count the other ones. 25. 26, 27. Okay. 28. Okay, 28 in favor, opposed. Abstain, 7. Okay, moving on, number 5.
Number 5, TBK 2025-251-004 supporting and regulating accommodation and is an appropriate community of the sincere and have all of the distinguished leaders.
Okay. Motion. Tina. Robert. Second. Delphine. Okay. Comments, questions regarding this? Okay. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Way up high, way up high.
28, 29. Okay, 29 in favor. Opposed? Abstain? 6. Okay, TPK 2025-251-005 passes with a 29 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Number 6.
TBK 2025 251-006 approval supporting planning meeting chapter scheduled for the review of the 2026 fiscal year. Some planning meetings on the first Monday of the month and chapter meetings Mondays of the month and the month.
Okay, motion. Priscilla Susan. Second, Diane. Okay. Comments, questions? None, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Seven, 28. 28. Opposed? Abstained? Seven. TBK 2025-251-006 passes 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 7 abstained. Moving on, to number 7.
TBK 2025-251-007, approving and supporting to veterans for partial results, $398. As determined of the rate of the Ts'ah Bii veteran organization.
Okay. Motion. Patty. Second. Billy. Comments, questions? Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. It's 28 and 29. 29. Opposed? Abstain. 6. TBK 255-007 passes 29 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Number 8. Thank you. Number 8. No, I'm sorry. We're done here.
TBK 2025-251-008, urging the nomination council, the president of the nomination, and the office of the controller to ensure that appropriate funds are allocated to the chapters, including the comprehensive budget for fiscal year 2026 to the Joint Intergovernmental Central Service.
Okay, motion. Gina. Billy, second. Comment, questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Seven.
28 and 29. 29. Opposed? Abstaining. 6. TBK 2025-251-008 passes with 29 in favor, opposed, and 6 abstained. Moving on to number 9.
TBK 2025-251-009, Approving and supporting the budget transfer of $4,900 from 16-6352 purchase to funds, gifts and awards, $4,900 to cover the shortfall falls to date that were not anticipated.
Okay. Motion. Delphine. Second, Billy. Comments, questions? Okay. Vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Aye.
Me.
29, 30. 30. Opposed? Abstain? 5. Okay, TPK 2025-251-009 passes. Motion, 30 in favor, 0 opposed, and 5 abstain. And then moving on, number 10, which is not needed. Now, announcements we have again, we want to, keep doing this. September 29th, right? Okay, September 29th. Then we have the suicide prevention walk awareness event that's coming up here on September 11th. We're going to utilize the trail that's over here. Daylight savings time ends second, so make sure to keep a lookout for that. We have our upcoming scheduled meetings. We have September 8th, which is today. The next one is going to be October 6th. And then we have the next chapter meeting, which is October 13th. District raising was the 11th. Nope, that's not, they're right, I'm sorry. Number 9 is, it's actually be September 9th, right? Okay. Tomorrow. That'd be tomorrow, Shanto. Committee's meeting is gonna be Thursday, September 11th. So. That's gonna be here in TPK. Western Agency grazing has already been passed. Subsea is gonna be September 5th, 25th, Thursday. Veteran is September 2nd, which passed. But just remember, we do host a meeting on the day of the planning meeting. So October 4th, correction, October 6th is going to be the next veteran meeting. We have our NOS Regional Council meeting on October 4th at NOS's on chapter. And then the Western Agency Council meeting, which is going to be this Saturday at Loop Chapter, which is going to be hosted at Quinn Arrows. And then we have the Navajo Route 16 meeting on September 10th here at the The menu is tacos. So come on by if you guys want to listen in on what's going on and any updates we did. Other than that, we have completed our items. Do I have any other comments, questions? If not, go ahead and, whoa, Patty, there you go. I am not too sure, but I will follow up and I will let you know. I will make sure to I'll do a posting on Facebook or something like that to let you guys know shirts available. Oh, and then I tried to put on here this Friday, right?
Yeah.
Let me double check here.
Right.
We have our NAPI food distribution coming up, so be sure to be here at September 12th. At 11 a.m. is when we're gonna start. We are gonna be handing out 385 bags, so that's 7 pallets of flour.
And then we have 385 bags, 50 pounds of potatoes. That's 8 pallets. So it'll be here at, well, the delivery will hopefully be here by 9. So it'll give us probably about 2 hours to get everything situated, but at least try to be here earlier than that. But we do plan to do it around 11 o'clock to distribute, because we're giving the NAPI time to come out because of the road construction and stuff. So I'm betting that 11 o'clock, we're gonna be starting. And then what we learned from our last distribution, okay? So we're gonna do all Ts'ah Bii members first at 11. We'll have 4 hours or 3 hours to come here and get priority service. Then after 2 p.m., that's when all the other communities are gonna come in. Because I'm not gonna hold potatoes, you know, I don't want it to stink in here, so we're gonna get rid of it that day. So if you guys have members out there in Shanto, Powell Springs, wherever, let them know after 2 p.m. if there's still bags available, we'll be able to pass that out to them. Okay? All right. Other than that, do I have a motion to adjourn? Billy and Priscilla. Sosi. Motion. All those in favor, raise your hand up high to adjourn.
Yes, for me.
9, 30, 30, okay. 30. Opposed. Abstained, 5. Time is 1:16 p.m. We have adjourned. I do want to appreciate you guys all for joining. We thank you guys all for coming on out. And again, please come to this meeting, this distribution. If you guys want to be volunteers, we do accept volunteers. So just let me know if you'll be here. Please be here so we can get rid of all the food. Again, thank you guys all for joining. I hope you guys like the bread because I made it early this morning. So, so I made it. Okay, I made it myself. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.